Very interesting title for this episode, as it shares a name with a famous short horror story by William Hope Hodgson. I can't say there's a ton of similarities in the stories, having read it myself, but one thing they do share is a strong sense of foreboding danger, as if there is a great conflict. Something that could potentially upend the balance of the world if released to the wider population, and our main character before this incident was rather oblivious to the true danger of this issue in both of these tales. Great short story, by the way. I've linked it in the description. If you'd like to take a look, I would recommend it. You can access it publicly, and it is very quick to read and utterly terrifying to think about. Perfectly eerie shot of the full moon with an extremely fitting musical chime. The lighting is additionally well done in this scene, very soft and dreamlike. This dream does a great job highlighting how terrifying Amon is as a figure to her.
After I take your bending away, you will be nothing.
Love this line. So critical to illustrate just how much Korra values her bending abilities, and how much she conflates them with her own personality, her entire value as a human being. Adore the design of the council building and the main plaza here. Definitely more modern and lavish than many buildings we've seen, but retains that same Eastern architectural style in a major way. And the interior is equally as gorgeous. They have so many of these extremely wide, intricately designed grand rooms. It's very impressive.
We need to create a task force whose sole mission is to find Amon and bring him to justice.
Absolutely not. A move that aggressive would only further divide benders and non-benders.
Tenzin's view on this matter is not only extremely correct and wise, but also very indicative of airbending values as a whole.
This is just another one of your ploys to gain more power, isn't it?
All I'm trying to do is help. Think back. 42 years ago, Republic City was threatened by another dangerous man, Yukon. Your father wasn't afraid to deal with him head-on.
This is a completely different situation, and how dare you compare yourself to Avatar Aang?
Intelligent way to introduce Tarlok, his inflated ego, and his generally hubristic tendencies. Plus, I love that they finally gave an actual speaking role that isn't an animal to D. Bradley Baker. He is such a talented voice actor, and he absolutely nails the slimy, clearly self-involved tone for this character. Additionally, Tenzin's outrage at Tarlok's insinuation that his father would act differently than he is currently really illustrates Tenzin's major issue concerning his comparing himself to his father.
Amon is not going to stop with the bending triads. Eventually, he will come for all us benders, our friends, our families. Vote for this task force, and I will stop Amon before it's too late.
Important to show how integral fear-based arguments such as these are in swaying people's minds to discriminate against other people that are just slightly different than themselves. This excellent song casually playing on the radio shows you what people are really into listening to at this time, even young people, like Korra. Immerses you in the atmosphere of the time period. Love showing that Korra is constantly practicing airbending. She actually works very hard for what she has. I don't know where people get the whole she gets bailed out all the time without any effort from herself idea. Oh, right, it's because 90% of people who hate on this show were on their phone while they watched it. If they even made it past the first episode. God. Dummies with no attention span.
This is your leader, Amon. As you have heard, the Republic Council has voted to make me public enemy #1.
Impeccable shot framing and lighting to really once again highlight Korra's fear. Just his voice is enough to unsettle her, like this.
You no longer have to live in fear.
Plus, I love the way Korra is drawn and shaded here, so disquieting.
I mean, I was
Jesus Christmas, who wouldn't fall in love with Asami in this moment? They made her aggressively beautiful. I mean, I'm gay, but I'm certainly not blind.
Wow.
Mako's reaction here is so fucking funny. That small little wow. He's such an awkward dude.
How about I treat you to dinner? Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Kwang's Cuisine.
Kwang's? I don't have any clothes nice enough for a place that classy.
I'll take care of that. All you need to do is show up.
Another excellent casting choice with Seychelle Gabriel. She has the perfect, raspy, cool voice that fits Asami's vibe as the confident, self-assured city woman extremely well. Plus, I just love Bryke giving her another chance after her appearance as Peepee Head in the awful live-action Avatar movie just because they liked her energy. Very kind. Whew, wow, this shot is something else. The animators every episode are like, hey, how can we create the most serene-looking locations possible?
We are grateful for this delicious food, for happiness, for compassion, and...
I'm not interrupting, am I?
This is my home, Tarlok. We're about to eat dinner.
Good, because I am absolutely famished.
And this gives you a sense of how forthright Tarlok is. The audacity to show up here. This little interaction between these two is so realistic. Pema's like, get him the fuck away from my dinner table.
Why do you have 3 ponytails? And how come you smell like a lady? You're weird.
Iki immediately clocking Tarlok as off is one of my favorite little moments. Sometimes kids are really intuitive towards things like this.
You must be the famous Avatar Korra.
Smart to show how this kind of flattery does kind of work on Korra a bit. And it's not like it's that ridiculous for it to work. Everyone has pretty much treated her like an impetuous child rather than the role she always assumed that they would look at first.
I need someone who will help me attack Amon directly. Someone who is fearless in the face of danger. And that someone is you.
Join your task force? I can't.
Love how even Tenzin is shocked by this decision. Very unlike Korra to not jump at an opportunity, especially an opportunity to beat other people up. Wow, and look at this place, so magnificent looking and impeccably well designed. More very smart designs and era-appropriate fashion, but this time for rich people.
The scarf stays.
Illustrating how Mako is not willing to forget his roots, and likely never will, no matter what position in society he reaches, and he really stays true to that for the entire show. Also, it's a nice little mystery for the reveal about what this scarf really means to him later this episode.
Pardon me, Miss Sato. Your main course.
Miss Sato? You wouldn't happen to be related to Hiroshi Sato, creator of the Satomobile?
Yeah, he's my dad.
Get out of town!
I'm serious.
I like how, despite her willingness to be honest about who her family is, she doesn't really brag about it or lead with it. She is a down-to-earth person in spite of her enormous wealth, and she doesn't flaunt it. More stunning lighting in this scene.
Hello, fellow teammate!
Hey, Bolin.
Naga tummy rubs. The assembly line, a fixture of the Industrial Revolution and a major game changer in the speed with which companies were able to output product. Perfect way to compare Hiroshi to real-life figures like Henry Ford, the father of mass production, for better or for worse, because he kind of sucked as a dude. And mass production has, not been the best thing for our society.
I was fortunate enough to meet someone who believed in me and my work ethic. He gave me the money I needed to get my idea off the ground. And I built the entire Future Industries empire from that one selfless loan.
Accurate origin story. He didn't just pull himself up by his bootstraps. Sure, he worked hard, but ultimately he was only able to make something of himself because of a selfless gift from somebody else in a better position than him. Community breeds innovation, charity, not individualism. And you can't just make something from absolutely nothing, no matter how hard you work. It requires wealth to be redistributed from the top for anyone to actually rise up, for a society to flourish, and new ideas like this one to be brought to market.
But I just wanted to make sure your decision was for the right reason.
I'm just really focused on my airbending right now, is all.
Right. That's what you said.
Love how immediately Tenzin spots her covering up her fear. He's beginning to know her very well, and their relationship as mentor-student is becoming more and more layered.
You know, it's okay to be scared. The whole city is frightened by what's been going on. The important thing is to talk about our fears, because if we don't, they can throw us out of balance.
And he's absolutely right here. A crucial lesson for children, and honestly adults, because some haven't yet, to learn. To be honest about what's bothering you. To not bottle everything up or try and hide it from others. It will only lead to more pain in the future.
It doesn't matter how many gifts Tarlok sends, I'm not joining his task force!
Korra using the earth to turn this dude around. Iki and Jinora playing Pai Sho. I love Korra's formal wear so much! Amazing how they're able to translate the different cultures of the nations into the outfits in every possible atmosphere. Tenzin is impeccably designed as well here. Genuinely impressive how many individual background characters are designed for these shots. They really cut corners in 0 places.
Milo, no, that is not a toilet! Oh dear.
Tenzin has the best reactions.
We're all expecting great things from you.
Right. Greatness.
Superb characterization for Korra here, feeling the expectations and weight that everyone holds from Aang on her shoulders, and how that is only increasing that fear inside of her that she won't be able to measure up, that she'll fail. Making this a part of the actual universe is so intelligent too, considering this character in a meta sense had to face these same critiques and comparisons to Aang incessantly from the fanbase.
Just because the city's throwing you this big to-do, don't think you're something special. You've done absolutely nothing to deserve this.
Oh, so many hits to Korra's sense of confidence and her self-esteem in the short amount of socializing. They do a terrific job really cementing her emotional position in this episode.
They just have a couple questions.
But
Avatar Korra, you witnessed Amon take away people's spending firsthand. How serious a threat does he pose to the innocent citizens of Republic City?
I think he presents a real problem.
Then why have you refused to join Tarlok's task force? As the Avatar, shouldn't you be going after Amon?
well,
Very crafty move from Tarlok here, and a very new aspect to this series, to be able to use the press like this so politically. Adds a bit of intricacy that wasn't present in The Last Airbender.
Why are you backing away from this fight?
what? No, I've never backed away from anything in my life.
You promised to serve this city. Aren't you going back on that promise now?
Do you think pro-bending is more important than fighting the revolution?
How do you think Avatar Aang would have handled this?
Are you afraid of Amon?
I'm not afraid of anybody! If the city needs me, then I'll join Tarlok's task force and help fight Amon.
Tremendous soundtrack for this moment as well, building the tension and doubt inside of Korra to result in this eruption of anger. I love that one reporter specifically asks her what she thinks Aang would have done to really cement that sort of doubt that's been building inside of Korra this episode. This moment overall is just so well done and put together. Such a great way to both build up a villain and utilize Korra's current emotional state.
My fellow task force deputies, tonight we will execute a raid on an underground chi blocker training camp located in the Dragon Flats Burrow.
Another extremely difficult to put together and very dynamic shot. Makes the room feel three-dimensional.
There is a cellar underneath this bookstore where equalists train chi blocking in secret.
Stellar transition, too. Again, intelligent continuation of that through line of Korra using this to cover up that fear inside of her, wishing it never existed rather than acknowledging it. So cool to see a larger scale bending raid like this one with such precise strategy. The waterbenders crashing through and incapacitating to allow the earthbenders to easily enter and detain the rest of them. Plus, the sound design with the tension building and abrupt cut to silence is so outstanding. I also enjoy how this shows you how benders are sort of abusing their power, even Korra here. These people really didn't do anything at all besides listen to Amon and practice fighting as all benders tend to do. They aren't attacking anyone, they're defending themselves, but these benders have been deluded into fearing them and perceiving them as the enemy. Korra's reflexes with these smoke bombs. photos are so telling, with Korra kind of just moving forward with a straight face to project strength, while Tarlok enjoys and soaks up all of the praise. Another fantastic transition, so smooth.
Amon remains at large. Why have you failed to locate him? You want to know why? Because Amon is hiding in the shadows like a coward. Amon, I challenge you to a duel. No task force, no chi blockers, just the two of us, tonight at midnight on Avatar Aang Memorial Island. Let's cut to the chase and settle this thing. If you're man enough to face me.
The ultimate way for her to cover up her fear. All of that intense misdirection away from this feeling inside of her this episode has led her to feel the need to hold up this appearance of faultless strength more than ever, to challenge Amon himself and prove what she's been desperately trying to convince herself of this entire episode. That he doesn't stand a chance against her. That she is Aang. That she can barrel forward and take care of this easily because of her bending abilities. And frankly, she's tired of feeling afraid, so she just wants to get this over with as soon as possible. Apt that she challenges him on Aang's island as well, to further align herself with that image of Aang as the unbeatable avatar.
Why didn't you accept the new silk scarf I bought for you last week? You didn't like it?
No, it was really nice, but this scarf was my father's, and it's all I have left of him. I just feel like it keeps me safe.
A very important character moment for Mako that is often glossed over. He is not this brave, always calm and collected person that people often believe him to be. He is a terrified child, ultimately frightened of losing everything he has all over again. And he needs symbols like these to feel content, to feel protected, because he, at the end of the day, has no person that can help him feel that way. They were taken from him. All he is now is someone who helps Bolin, and now Asami, to feel less alone, more safe, but he's still a person who needs comfort himself. Great characterization.
I'm so sorry. I lost my mother when I was very young. I feel so safe with you.
And it's not just for Mako in this scene, they also cover a lot of great ground with Asami as well, and her need to feel safe with other people because of her own trauma that she has endured in her childhood. Not only does it set up the conflict with Hiroshi later in the season, but it's also really important for Asami's character to know how self-assured she is, but also on the other hand in need of comfort and reassurance from others. There can be a duality between those two things, and I appreciate how Asami toes that line, where she is quite confident in herself and her abilities. She can protect herself, but she still yearns to connect with other people, to have other people take care of her, sometimes, to have someone to take care of, even. She needs a community to lift her up, because clearly with her mother gone and just her father there, she hasn't really felt that. I can't imagine that he spent that much time with her working on all of those nefarious devices for the Equalist this whole time. She doesn't even know about the workshop where he spends most of his hours, so it's likely that they're very distant, and Asami is just really looking for a family again, not necessarily just a romance. Downright breathtaking painting of this park, especially with the lights of the city reflecting on the water, so much exquisite detail. And I love how it's paired with this much darker, foreboding, foggy shot of the bay to transition between moods.
Don't try to stop me and don't follow me. I have to face Amon alone.
This is all you're doing.
I tried to talk her out of it too, but she's made up her mind.
God, this sounds so fucking fake. It's so obvious that he doesn't have her safety in mind at all. He wants to use her as bait.
We'll be watching the island closely.
Such a sick way to propel this boat forward, so casually heroic looking. Such a majestic shot, but also another fantastic symbol to show how Korra is sort of hiding behind Aang's legend to avoid feeling human, avoid those emotions that she doesn't want to admit as true. Love the attention paid to this moment, so foreboding and sinister. They do a lot of atmosphere building in this show. Oh my god, am I watching a horror movie? This shot is so excellently designed to instill fear straight into the heart of the viewer with the motion and the lighting. So amazingly scary. And it's so wild to see them still incapacitate her after she took out so many of them with huge blasts of fire and rock launches. Like, they show so well that it is not easy to get Korra down. They need quite a few of them, because she could throw out these ginormous moves.
I received your invitation, young Avatar.
Holy shit, this is so brilliantly tense and frightening. The mirroring of the shots from the dream sequence at the beginning of the episode and the anticipation of seeing this final villain so early in the plot is just exceptional pacing. Especially since Amon is such an enigma himself, to see him in the flesh is utterly hair-raising.
Although it would be the simplest thing for me to take away your bending right now, I won't. You'd only become a martyr. Benders of every nation would rally behind your untimely demise. But I assure you, I have a plan. And I'm saving you for last.
And Amon actually has a very intelligent reason why he does not yet take her bending. As many people as he does have following him already, most of Republic City sees them as terrorists. However, he knows that Tarlok will escalate this conflict. He knows that benders will become more aggressive and play right into his hand, so that more and more reasonable people, reasonable non-benders, feel necessary in joining his cause. He, as a revolutionary, is written exceedingly well. Oh, what a well done POV shot. And I love how quickly they flash so many previous main cast members in front of your face, also toying with them being in danger as adults. They build so much anticipation with this moment and begin constructing a very intriguing season-long mystery involving conflicts of the past that feed into the conflicts of today. Just so immeasurably well written and concocted as a plot.
I'm okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
I was so terrified. I felt so helpless.
It's all right. The nightmare is over.
You were right. I've been scared this whole time. I've never felt like this before, and I don't know what to do.
Admitting your fears is the first and most difficult step in overcoming them.
And 5 points for this absolutely beautiful, heart-wrenching moment. To see Korra break down in Tenzin's arms after spending this entire episode bloviating, trying to present herself as the picture of strength, does so much to get the audience to see her as human, as the teenage girl that she really is. It's so realistic and important for her, after coming so close to losing everything that she holds dear, to finally recognize how intense that fear inside of her is, to finally have those tears roll down her face, to admit to Tenzin that he has been right all along, and that she simply does not know how to deal with these emotions. That, as well, is another great observation into Korra's psyche, as she really hasn't been tested in any major way, having been sheltered her whole life. So this retroactively helps the audience understand her actions throughout this episode, and her unwillingness to recognize this fear. She genuinely doesn't know what it is. And Tenzin's advice here, of course, is just one of those Avatar moments that you never forget, just like the older series had. So touching, so grounded, and so critical for everyone to learn, to be able to understand for their emotional health. Admission of feelings, admission of mistakes, being honest with yourself is the first, often most crucial step to be able to even begin dealing with those feelings. You just can't pretend certain emotions don't exist, or that you are above them, that you are too strong to be feeling them, or that feeling them at all makes you weak or lesser than others. It is no way to live, and it will always result in disaster for you. And that's ultimately what this episode is all about. If you enjoyed this video, consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/PosiTVty. That's PosiTVty. There you get all of the videos before they go up on YouTube. You can choose exactly what you want to see on the channel, and you get the unedited essays so you can hear all of my mistakes and the things that I choose to cut out. But any bit of support really helps me, and I appreciate you being here at all, so thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, even just watching. I appreciate your presence on this earth, and I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week. I'll see you for the next video. Let me know what you think it should be. See you soon.